redheaded fuck.
So, guys, if you don't know Bill Burr is like, he's like a caveman.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, man, I seen the dang old rake over there down Smithsonian, man, right next to Lincoln's had them arch chair, man, the dang old caveman section.
There's a caveman right here, man. That's literally Bill Burr. And he talks about socialism. Let's hear his take on it. Because I feel like that's the best system we could move towards right now. Or like at least like a democratic socialist or social democracy, something like that.
Socialism. Hi, Bill, you redheaded fuck. I really appreciate the bluntness of that. How are you? Last week you mentioned you don't know why people demonize socialism. I was really taken aback at that statement. Oh, Jesus Christ. Every country that has tried socialism has failed, and it's responsible for tens of millions of deaths. All right, so would you say capitalism is working? And it is not, when like, what is it? Like 99% of the wealth is in like fucking 2% of the people's hands?
Literally. Like, I think like 3 people, like 3 families make as much wealth as 50% of the country. What? That's fucking insane. That's fucked up. That's broken. That's not working correctly. Whatever you think about capitalism, that is a fucking broken ass system, bro. If that was an engine, that engine will be smoking and on fire. Like, I play War Thunder, right? If my tank was capitalism, that tank will have like broken ass tracks. The turret will be blown off. Let's continue.
All of these tent cities, you're telling me this is working? You don't think capitalism is responsible for tens of millions of deaths? Anyway, Russia, Germany, China, Cuba, and most recently Venezuela have tried, or right now are socialist countries. As far as I know, whatever Cuba was trying to do, we prevented them from doing with a fucking embargo or whatever the hell we did. We've been
yes, dude. Go, Bill, bro. Bill's woke as fuck. Dude, he's so right, bro. Literally, like, Cuba hasn't been able to develop because it's literally cut off from the whole world. They're not allowed to do trade or like nothing. Like, you gotta escape through like a fucking like raft. That's the only way you can get out of Cuba, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
I have smoked many
prevented them from
more than even the most accomplished cigar smoker that you will ever meet. As a point of fact,
my bad, I hit the
I'm
button.
smoking a cigar right now in an undisclosed location. And I never am without a cigar. When I inhale at night, I inhale from a giant cigar.
Okay, let's continue.
From doing with a fucking embargo or whatever the hell we did. We've been fucking with them for 60 years.
Yes.
So I think you're looking at like what a lot of people do is you look at your own country through rose-colored glasses the same way you look at your own sports team like, oh, my team doesn't cheat, but your team does. I'll be honest with you. I don't think any form of government works because there's human beings running it. And there is inherently going to be backdoor deals and people, are just going to have the in.
Yeah,
and they're going to pay off politicians and all of that. Okay,
greedy and stuff. So you got to crack down on that as much as possible.
What I do like about this here is that you have the opportunity to move up. You're not stuck with where you're at. But I mean, you're really sort of looking the other way with what capitalism has done to other countries. All the sweatshop labor. All the wars we've fought in over air quote freedom, where most of it is about, natural resources. All of these fucking countries where we've gone in and, stuck in heads of the government that are going to do what we want to do so we can fucking take advantage of them. Like, I mean, to sit there and look at capitalism like it's, I don't know, dude. But once again, I don't even think you can blame capitalism on that. I think you just can blame sociopathic people that both crave and ascend to positions of power. All right, I took off
That's
my
true,
Birkenstocks. I'm going to read the rest of this here. Okay, socialism all starts the same way. Create a boogeyman like corporations, the rich, or a race. Oh, yeah, we've never done that in this country. We've never created a boogeyman.
Yeah. Oh, the communists. Oh, the transgenders. Oh, the globalist. The elite, the globalist elite. Oh. You know what I mean? Like, we always create a fucking boogeyman. The Iranians. Oh, the Pakistani. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
Done that in this country. We've never created a boogeyman. There's never, I mean, Jesus Christ, buddy. Blame them for all your problems. Yeah, we never did that. The leaders then promised to fix all the problems. Oh, boy. Slowly, the government starts to control every aspect of your life. Why does this sound so familiar? Promise that aren't they like recording all?
They just literally revoked Roe v. Wade, the Patriot Act. They're all spying on us. They're spying on all our metadata. They're taking our metadata. They're probably selling it to companies. Companies are selling it to other corporations and other governments across the world, probably China. That's why it doesn't matter if you ban TikTok, because China can just buy the data from Facebook. It don't matter.
All our phone conversations now, and we're slowly on our way to getting microchipped. Promise that everybody will have the same equity and outcome. This creates mediocrity, loss of the middle class. Loss of the middle class. Where have I seen that before?
Loss of the middle class. What was I just telling you guys? I was just talking about that. Was I not?
Of innovation, punish. Corporations are buying houses now. They're just buying them up so they can fucking Airbnb. Like literally the American dream, buying a house. They're going to take that away in this country. That reduces the tax money coming out into the government. Buddy, I can't fucking read all of this horse shit. This is everything that we're doing too. Capitalism. Okay, I'll get to the end here. Capitalism. Now, you know what? Let's just read all of this because it's fucking hilarious that he's acting like none of this is happening in this country. And you know what's funny about people? You don't like it, get the fuck out of here. This is my favorite thing ever. Yet you can look at your sports team and be like, what the fuck is this coach doing? And then nobody goes like, you don't go fucking root for somebody else. No, I'm criticizing it because I love it and I want it to win. Anyways, this creates mediocrity, loss of the middle class, loss of innovation, punish the rich, which eventually leads to them leaving the country. Oh, yeah, that hasn't happened. The rich haven't, their money leaves the country and then comes back in the form of an interest-free loan that is then forgiven. Jesus, buddy, come on. That reduces tax money coming into the government and loss of jobs because the richest people usually employ the most of the population. Oh, boy. Disarm the citizens so that they cannot revolt. Control the media, like promoting the government. Control the media. There's two guys that own the media. Ted Turner and fucking that other guy there. The guy from Fox News. That's why we're Hatfields and McCoys right now. Disarm the citizens so they cannot revolt. Control the media, like promoting the government agenda with propaganda, then censorship of all their other ideas. Yeah, creating areas where you can only protest, which are down and around the corner, away from the fucking media. Yeah, okay. Eventually, all rights are taken away. Dissenters, journalists, and politicians, oppositions are jailed or executed. Eventually, the leaders will become exactly what they originally campaigned against. Jesus Christ, buddy. Yeah. I've forgotten what your...
Everything he's saying, everything he's mentioned, literally happens in our country. But he's saying it's communism. You see what I mean? No. Please, people, learn. In politics, there is a spectrum. Just look up political compass. Political compass. Like a compass with the arrow north, south, west. Look up political compass. And you can even take a political compass test. I don't know how accurate it is, but you can do this. You can educate yourself on these political systems. It's not about everyone having the same car. You can have different designs and corporations under under socialism. Yeah, under a certain communism. You could probably have a market communist society. I don't fucking know. Capitalist communist society. but like you can have innovation and shit. It doesn't mean innovation gets like oh, no more innovation. No more innovation. You want to know how I know this? Look at your iPhone. iPhone, right? That technology came from the space program. The space program was funded through taxpayer money. All of that technology was then bought by corporations. They made little devices with it. All of that stuff was on a rocket ship. They took that technology, they patented it themselves, and they literally just sold it back to us. That was our tech. We spent money. Do you guys not understand? We're wasting all this money, guys. And they're just selling it back to us. The same thing with the drugs. Like drug companies, right? They'll discover a university will discover a new medication or a new medicine. And then a corporation will come in, buy the rights to that. They didn't do no work. It was taxpayer funded. They'll buy the rights to that. Then they'll mark it up the price and sell it back to us. How is that okay? That is not okay. That's not okay.
He goes, there's much more to it on an economic level, but as a fellow moron, it's too complicated for me to understand. All right. I am also a fellow moron, but dude, all of that shit has happened. If you look at all the rights and everything that you have lost in the last fucking 20 years, I don't even know. I don't even begin in creating a boogeyman and racism, genocide, all of that shit. We've done all of that.
Yeah.
We've done all of that. You know, when I was a kid, there was rules on media ownership. No one person could own any 7. It was rules of 7. No one person can own 7 radio stations, newspapers, TV stations, blah, 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 in one market, because they knew if you owned all of that, if you control the media, you control thought. And yet they've let Ted Turner and that fucking, I want to say Ralph Nader, Rupert Murdoch, do exactly that. And present CNN and Fox News have the fucking balls to present the people that are on TV as journalists and then also acting as though you're watching news. You're not. You're watching propaganda.
Propaganda, yep.
Okay? So there you go. All right.
Becoming like a fucking monopoly. Like there's monopolies everywhere, and then they start bribing politicians, and it becomes legal to just like give money and shit and like corrupt people and lobbying. And, you know, once it gets to that point, no. Like you gotta heavily regulate capitalism or it will destroy itself. It's a self-destroying system. Like most systems are.